All you.
Thanks, JD. Well, good morning, everyone. I'm Danielle with the marketing group. Thank you so much for joining us. And as we just saying, this is the last of our summer series, special HomeHub informational sessions, August sessions. So thank you so much. So everyone's talking about HomeHub, using it, having great experiences. We keep, hearing these great testimonials come in all the time from our office managers, agents, ASCs, and their clients too, and Sphere people, which is great. Thank you for sharing those. Keep them coming on in too as well. Today, I've got Kate Lesueur. She's MoveEasy's Senior Customer Success Manager. And just so you know, MoveEasy has changed their brand name, and you'll see up in her left-hand screen there, Live Easy. So she'll talk a little bit about that too. So she's with Live Easy. And she's going to share with us special, just quick overview, but also special things for lead capture and lead generation for HomeHub. So Kate, thank you for joining us today, and take it away.
Hey everyone. Every time you introduce me as someone from Live Easy, I honestly just feel like I'm part of the Schmidt family because of all of these. And Michelle, I love seeing your face. You're always like the second person on my screen. It's just like on all of these calls. So exactly what Danielle said. This is actually the last one of this summer session. So it's going to be my best. And then hopefully I'll see you guys with some new great content this fall. But we're going to talk about how you're able to use the HomeHub for lead capture, lead generation, and a lot of new great ideas. So I will go over a brief overview. Again, like Danielle said, if I don't keep the agenda, if I don't write it out, I'll always lose my place because there's so many things I love to talk about. So want to make sure I stated that agenda. What is HomeHub? What's in it for the agent? And then all of the great marketing ideas that you're able to share with your clients, or if you're an admin with your agents. And yeah, we'll just get started on that. So we have rebranded as Live Easy for a lot of what's going on with this slide, but we always offered this home management piece. That's really what today's class is about. So how this works, excuse me. So you have a client who is in the middle of a real estate transaction. Once that deal has gone pending, they get invited to the moving dashboard. The moving dashboard and the moving services, they get a personal concierge team that's going to help them set up all of their utilities, find the best internet and cable package, check if they want any type of home security. We actually do complimentary solar and green energy consultations. A lot of times you actually have to like pay to even get someone to explain it to you. So ours are free. And we do a lot of the vetting for you. So the moving services, for one example, we actually you are able to add your own moving services. By the way, everyone is able to add their own moving services. But if you don't have any, our team has actually already done some vetting for you. We find companies that have an A or A+ rating on the Better Business Bureau. They've been in business for at least 5 years and they have insurance. So if you don't have a good moving team, you know that we are able to offer that to your client. So this is the new feature. This is one of the new features. If you're just joining us for this session, 30 days after that deal has closed. All right. So 30 days after it's closed, they log back into their dashboard and they're going to see something a little different. It's going to say the home management dashboard. So this is going to happen automatically. And everything that they've done with us on that moving dashboard will transfer to the home ownership. So it's going to show their utilities. It's going to show whatever the internet and cable was, if they have any security deals. They can actually keep track of their appliances on that as well. So model numbers, I don't know about you, but we all try to keep our make and model, packet, instruction packet to remember what our ice machine was or whatever it is. All of that can be saved on here. You can upload secure documents and then home services. So another really great feature that I can share with you all now. So there are the HomeHub partners. Agents are also able to add their own vendors. And if you don't have anything under you as an agent, don't have a vendor that you want to add, or maybe you're not sure yet, you kind of want to do some vetting yourself, we actually have started a partnership with Thumbtack. So it will have the agents and then the brokerage and then Thumbtack.
Oh, they're a renter.
None of those, I don't know if I can mute people, but none of those vendor, or excuse me, thumbtack, the agent will be first, then the brokerage, then the thumbtack individuals. Then from that home ownership dashboard, there's a button that says ready for your next move, and it just puts them in the cycle again. So again, really quick about this slide that we're really excited about is you can have clients enter at any point. So a lot of times in these trainings, we talk about this first little bubble here, right? The transaction to the move. This training is really going to be about they've already moved, whether they worked with you as an agent or whether they bought their house 20 years ago, doesn't matter. We're going to talk about this little section here, getting them into the home ownership dashboard. Why do you want to use this? One, it's an automated system. I always say this on this call. It's a blessing in disguise. I've been an agent since 2010, so I've seen a lot of tech, just as much as you all have. And sometimes it's overwhelming, right? It's like, okay, I can't learn another tech tool. You don't have to learn anything about this. It's an automated system. But again, it's really easy to forget about because it is automated. So the one thing that we ask, we want to make sure that we get accurate data for your client, but you also tell your clients about this early, often, and always. Add it to your spiel, add it to your listing presentation, your buyer presentation. It's really part of your value prop that differentiates you from every other agent that's out there. Personalized assistance. I have so many stories, and if there's time, I'm sure Danielle will have me share my favorite, but we really are a different service than a lot of those concierge companies that are available to clients. Our biggest differentiator is that we have real people stateside in your time zone working for your clients. This is not, artificial intelligence, which has gotten very crazy lately. Not artificial intelligence. It's not a bot. It's not a call center. They are real people like me answering the phone. And if a client is asking for help with something, we actually are able to sit down and research it and help it. We're an extension of your team, the agent, and your services. Staying top of mind, arguably the most difficult and important thing for real estate agents to do. We want to make sure that no one ever forgets us. The worst feeling in the world is when someone lists their home and they first listed their home 5 years ago with you, and now they found a new agent. You're like, what happened? I helped them the first time, and they just forgot our name. So we want to offer this service as a way to never be forgotten. Be the source of all things real estate. So someone wants a home renovation. Someone wants to know their equity in their house. Someone wants to know what their home is worth. They want to know if you have a plumber, an electrician. They want to know really anything. You are going to be the source of all things real estate. And again, that's what's keeping you top of mind. And then supporting the ancillary services within your brokerage makes things way easier to get to the closing table successfully without any delays. Any questions on anything so far? I think my greens energy is working. All right. So usually there's a quick question here that says, are you going to reach out to my client without letting me know? Absolutely not. We definitely understand how important your clients are, that book of business, that really is your livelihood. We will send you an email first that says, congrats on your deal. We are going to reach out to your client unless you say otherwise. So you can actually scroll down to the bottom of the email and hit disable invite if you need to. If you don't do anything, we're going to send it to your client. So I always give homework assignments in this class. I think it's the easiest way to remember what you need to do. This is your first one. When you get this email, use this as your reminder to go tell your client to expect to hear from your personal concierge team, right? So I get this email and I'm like, oh, this is my time. I'm going to call my client. I'm going to text them. I'm going to say, hey, in the next 24 to 48 hours, you're going to get a message from my personal moving concierge team, and they're going to help you with all of your services during that move. And then they're going to realize this is a real service provided by their agent. Again, that differentiator. What that communication looks like. So there's a few new things that I can share with you all about this as well. So these numbers at the top, these represent days post pending. So 1 day after pending, your client will get invited. What happens as soon as it's gone pending? The agent gets that email that I just showed you. Then the client gets an email and they get a text. We've changed our text feature. Now it's called responsive text. We've actually gone to a little bit lighter of a feature for all of the Schmidt family. But basically what this means is that before, our text was more of a prompt. It said, hey, click this link to schedule with your concierge. It wasn't responsive. It was just kind of a call to action. And now realizing that some people would rather just text through a lot of this, we've added a responsive text. So this basically is, I believe it's now Alex is our text person who will basically say, I'm here to help if you need anything. And if the client writes back, not right now, then Alex is going to know, okay, I'll send a message in, you know, the next day or a couple days or a couple hours, whatever that cadence may be. Or they say, yes, I'm available now, but can we text? So all of that will be responsive. It makes it feel a little bit faster and easier for people who just want to do a lot of that texting. If the client says no, thank you at any point during this communication cadence, it will stop right then and there, and we won't reach out again. If they don't do anything in this entire time, I don't know how many of you get spam calls and you just kind of ignore it, right? Or you don't check anything, you don't say no or unsubscribe. They won't continue indefinitely. They will not forever bother the client. On day 21, they basically say, congrats on your new transaction, whether you bought or sold. We are here if you need anything ever during the, you know, your entire time in that home, but we're not going to bother you again. So basically we just say, hey, that's it. We're done. If we do help your client at any point during this cadence, then it's going to stop the cadence from moving forward. So maybe on day 2, we help them with everything. Then they don't have to worry about day 7 or day 14 or day 21. The other great thing about this is after we help the client, the agent gets a follow-up email that says, hey, we talked to your client and we scheduled these cable this day and the water's this information and here's the electric and here's the movers and all of that. The agent will get, so they're totally in the loop about everything that happened with their client. And I even recommend maybe use that as another touch point for your client. Hey, I know today the water company's getting switched, or I know don't forget the security company's on their way today. So you'll be notified about all of that as well. Any questions on that? All right. So last few things. So now hopefully you're like, okay, this doesn't sound like that bad of a service. Kind of could make me really stand out from all the other agents, but I've got a couple other concerns. Don't worry. I'm already in your head. I know what they all are. They're on this slide. So who we are and what we're not. Who we are entirely branded to the agent. The concierge actually says the agent's name when talking to the client. They say, I'm trying to think, is there an easy name on this screen? They're going to say, congratulations on your deal with Diane White at, Schmidt Family. I'm part of the HomeHub concierge service, and I'm here to help with your move if you're interested in any of our services. So they actually announce the agent's name and the brokerage. So you can say it's your personal moving team and make it feel like, your client is getting this top of the line luxury experience. PCI compliant, it's a level of compliance that is necessary when taking any private information over the phone. We have it. I'm not going to waste time going through the standards. You could look it up. There's about 12 different standards that we have to abide by to make sure that it is entirely private. More importantly, on the other side of that screen, you're going to see we do not sell, share, or spam your client ever. It's entirely against our business model. That's part of that PCI compliance as well. Complimentary. Poor Danielle hears this spiel all the time, but my boss, her name is Katie. When we do trainings, we're not allowed to use the word free because she thinks it sounds cheap, but I always say it because free to me sounds very free. And it's way easier to say than complimentary. So this is free to all of you and to your clients because of the relationship with the whole Schmidt family. So this is offered to you from your brokerage, totally complimentary, totally free to you and your clients. Again, I mentioned the real people, so I'll spare you on that detail. You already heard our concierge are all real individuals, and we are authorized dealers. So we are not a middleman in this process. We are actually on the sites for the internet, the cable security, doing that for your client in real time. Again, not spamming, selling, sharing the client's information without any of their consent. And the only time we would ever share clients' information is after they've clicked a disclaimer to give their information to mortgage, title, insurance, warranty, or to a thumbtack representative. Whew, I get to take a break. You all have to start talking now. Wake up. Good morning. How do you stay top of mind with your sphere? What are some of the things that you do to stay top of mind? Nothing. It's just no one's busy these days. No one does anything. Oh, I got a chat.
Oh, here we go.
Call. Sheila, you're already ahead of the game. I'm too scared to call people, but texting, yes. We call, we text. What else do we do? Do you guys just sell the house and then wait for them to call you in 5 to 7 years?
Postcard campaigns, things like that.
Postcards, house anniversaries, direct
Yeah.
mail,
Mhm.
customer appreciation days. I love that. Awesome.
Mhm.
Do you guys send out e-cards, social media, things like that? Just always wanting to stay top of mind as best you can with all of those clients so they don't birthday e-cards. Sheila, I feel like you have a lot of notes on all of your clients. I'm very impressed. Holiday e-cards, absolutely. So of course, these are things that agents do all the time. It's usually called outbound marketing. Outbound marketing is when you're sending stuff out that has your name, your information on it, and you hope that someone uses it, looks at it, and remembers it. I'm going to ask you all a question. How many of you have gotten any outbound marketing? Maybe it was from another agent, or maybe it was for new kitchen cabinets or a rug, or maybe something that just said Happy Valentine's Day in a nice little postcard. What do you typically do with it? Do you put it on the fridge? Do you save it? There's a lovely stand-up comedian who does a bit when he says, when someone hands me a flyer, it's like they're saying, hey, you throw this away, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So in this case, we want to provide more. Oh, Sheila's just too good at all this stuff. So yes, Sheila, I'm glad that you read it and then recycle it. I will tell you that we want to think everyone is reading everything we're providing them. But if it's not providing value to them, a lot of times they don't read it, right? Unless it has like a great discount, or maybe it has a great chocolate chip cookie recipe on it, it's probably not getting saved, right? It's probably going in the trash. And that's what we're trying to avoid. So the point of this process and this service that I'm going to share with you is to provide your clients something of value that they are going to use. That is the home management dashboard. You want to provide your client something that they are going to constantly click into, they're going to go to, they're going to check so that they never forget who you are, right? So this is just one example of what it looks like on the home management dashboard. Keep it in mind, you can invite this to anyone in your sphere. They don't have to have been moving with you or moved in the past couple of years. It could literally be anyone in the entire United States, okay? So what are some things that they can do on this? There's different blogs for their home. They can check the value of their home. They can look at, keep track of their documents. Maybe they have receipts that they want to save. All of that is available on this dashboard. The best way to explain it when I'm talking to agents about it is think about everything that a client might Google, right? They want to check on a plumber. They want to check on the value. They want to check on what's the best ROI for my home. What should I be doing with my home? I want to winterize. I need to, get ready for spring. All of these things that they're Googling is going to be on this site that's branded to the agent. So of course they're going to click it. They're going to open it. Each one of these slides is going to have a different assignment for you on how you're able to share this. The first one is know how to talk about it. We have to start the conversation, right? So I have a couple examples here. Would it be valuable to have a current market evaluation, what your house could sell for, closing costs, what you could net? Are you interested in looking for an investment property or a second home? Do you just want to know what's going on with the equity in your home? Are you looking to do any home projects? All of these are questions that you can just start talking about with clients or sharing on social media, with email campaigns, etc. All right. Do you need a list of trusted home professionals? How many people ask us for that information? And we're like, oh yeah, I'll email it to you. And then we forget, right? This is all available on a free agent branded dashboard. All right. The next homework assignment, and I'm just going to assume someone's going to unmute, and if I'm talking too fast or needs me to slow down or repeat, just please feel free to do that. Otherwise, I'm just going to power on through. All right. The next thing we want you all to do, add it to your buyer and seller presentations, all right? This is the easiest way to remember that you have it and to talk about it. From there, you can even have like a one-pager, have it at your listings, have it at your open houses. Honestly, when I was doing more actual real estate in the field, I had a milk crate in the back of my trunk of all of the fun one-pagers I'd want to give to people while they were running around, right? The consumer guides in there. If I'm showing a house, I have all of my different differentiator one sheets. Have that in there. Be able to give it to a client. If they say, oh, do you have a list of trusted professionals? I need a plumber. You can hand that to them and they can then scan a QR code or set themselves up on your site. I'll tell you all your homework assignment. Oh, Danielle, I saw you unmuted.
Sheila's got another question. How do you collect those professionals, your service providers, your vendors? Great
Yes.
question.
So I have a few pieces of advice for this. So one, people that you already want to recommend or that you've used for your own home, you can add into the site. Your ASCs all know how to do that, and there'll be a tech tip that's sent out after. But if you don't have anyone in there right now, use that as a perfect way to get more people to engage with you on social media. I would put a post on my Facebook, and I would, excuse me, and I would just say, really excited to share a new complimentary, home management dashboard. I'm able to provide a list of trusted professionals. Does anyone in my network have someone they would like to share or that you recommend? People are going to engage in that post, and then you can say, oh, great, I'm going to call them. I'm going to add them to this site. What's even better is that if you start to get a list of trusted professionals, you can reach out to them and say, I'm adding you on my unique, agent dashboard to share with all of my clients. So when someone says, oh, I got your name from Diane White over at Schmidt, then you can tell that trusted professional to give your clients a little extra service or a little more priority. Otherwise, you can take them off the site, right? Use that as leverage to get your clients even better service.
And Kate, to add on there too, I see Sheila's question. So you've got a couple choices here. You've got service providers or vendors at the office level that can be in there, and the ASC can add them at the office level for you. May have, 1 to 3 to 5 home inspectors that everyone in your office, loves to use, and they're in there for everybody to use. But those agents that have their really special service providers, an interior decorator or what have you, that they don't want to share with anybody else, they only want their clients and sphere to see that particular vendor, you can add your own personal vendors that you love and recommend to work with in your HomeHub individual account. So you've got kind of 2 levels.
Yeah. And then, of course, if you don't have anyone, there is still that relationship we have with Thumbtack. So those individuals will be populated. It will say, their price and everything without someone having to create an account in Thumbtack. And then there's another option as well that they can actually click a button to say submit a request to our research team. And then our all hands on deck team of people in the office will be looking in that area, that zip code, for different recommendations. When that happens, the agent will get notified that their client is looking for a specific type of a vendor, so that you can reach out to that client directly. Or, if there is someone that maybe you do have that you forgot to add, you can let them know at that point. The other thing, knowing that you guys use Moxie Present, you guys have the ability to do dynamic presentations as well. People love video, right? So I would say, great homework assignment, practice an elevator pitch on how to explain this service. And then you can actually send out a presentation of a video of you, whether you upload something from YouTube or whatever it is about the service, and share it with your whole sphere. This is a great way to look at different things within your home. If maybe you're worried about asking people to sign up for something, a great piece of advice for that is you could send this to your entire sphere and say, I've just got access to this new home management dashboard. I've heard really great things, but can you look at it and give me your feedback? I'd love for you to tell me what you like or how the service works. Have them do you a favor to sign up, and now you're getting that information in your account as well. See a couple other chats. Okay. All right. John, sorry if I'm talking too fast. It is being recorded. All right. The next thing to share, this is the slide that everyone gets really excited about, because I have one piece of advice that no one ever stops talking about. So one thing that I would recommend, you can actually get sign writers. I'm going to work with Danielle after this to get some sign writers available for you guys to order. You'll have to purchase. But how great would it be to have a sign writer that said, this home comes with a personal home concierge, right? Inquire within. That certainly gives that luxury feel for sure. We want to be the expert in our neighborhood. Yard signs are the easiest way to get other listings to get more exposure, right? So we want our yard sign to really stand out. So certainly think of those sign writers. But then my other great tip that has nothing to do with the concierge, go on Amazon and buy a set of 10 or 5 solar lights. They're very inexpensive, and have those solar lights spotlight aim on your yard sign. So now when someone's driving around and the night in these summer nights or in the fall or whatever it is, or around Halloween when it's a little bit darker, they're going to see this beautiful spotlight on a yard sign with your information, with a sign rider that says personal concierge. This home comes with a personal concierge. What a great way to really stand out from your the other agents that you are wanting to differentiate yourself from. All right. Next one I have, open houses. Such an easy way. Oh, I see another chat. Okay. So Danielle, just let me know when you look at the chat if there's anything that needs to come up, but I'm going to go on quick about some of the open house ways that you can use the home concierge service for your open houses. So one, I would say the best thing, again, we really want to be that neighborhood expert. We want everyone in the neighborhood to be using our unique URL dashboard, anything with their home. You can actually create, or talk to the marketing team, create like a door hanger and have a special open house just for the neighbors around the area, and ask if they, know anything about their equity or their loan balance or anything that's available on that home management dashboard. Hopefully they can join you in person. Every neighbor wants to know what's going on inside their neighbor's home, but you can actually create a QR code. Your marketing team is able to create a QR code of your unique agent URL. You can put that everywhere. Put it on the back of your business card, put it on one-pagers, put it on table tents, whatever it is, right? If your open house or your listing has cool green energy features, or maybe a new security like a Nest or one of the new security features as well, you can create a table tent that just says, learn more about this, and have a QR code to scan into your actual dashboard. You can use the QR code as a way to draw, do a winnings or something. Here's free access to your home management dashboard, sign in with this QR code. So a lot of great options. Once someone's in person with you, practice that elevator pitch, be able to explain how this home management dashboard works. We want to get them to sign up so that they are, whenever they're thinking real estate, they see your name and your face and your phone number in the corner. The easiest one. So if you're like, wow, this is already too much information, I can't listen to her anymore, don't worry. This is the one slide that has it all. What I would recommend everyone does is just create a QR code with your unique agent URL. All right. So I'll show you where that is here at the end, but just have it created. Do it today, do it tomorrow, because otherwise we're going to put it off and then we're not going to do it. Right. You can make a sticker. You can do it free. I'm sure your marketing team can help you. You could do it free on Avery. That's how I did it. And you can put it on anything, on gift tags for closing gifts or around the holidays. Happy house anniversary. Wanted to give a nice house anniversary gift to your home management dashboard. Something that I did last year, made a QR code and put it on Halloween candy and put it around for all the neighbor kids, right? What happens as soon as you bring home a bunch of Halloween candy for your, if you're a parent, what are you doing with all that Halloween candy? You're taking it, right? You're hiding it. You're probably eating some of it, but you're inspecting it. You're doing all of that. As a parent, you're going to see this QR code on this Halloween candy, and you're going to be like, what's this? You're going to scan it. Oh, wow. Here's a, complimentary access, a free thing for my home management dashboard. Some of the things I've just wrote on this. So my treat for you, scan for all things home. You could do really cute things. They're like, here's my gift for you. There's gift tags as an example. And then if you do want some talking points, this one pretty big up here. This is a great example. So the home value, your loan balance, your equity, energy savings, trusted pros, all of these you can add to that sticker, give it to anyone out there. What a great opportunity for some pop buys around the fall. You can give, cute little pumpkins or back to school stuff, whatever it is. It's just a great way to get your name out there. I actually think it was this group of people. Someone last class mentioned they gave pies away for Thanksgiving. Someone
You're
said
right, Kate. We did have somebody. Mm-hmm.
They had pies and they were like, I'll just put the sticker on the pie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what a great idea, right? You just want something, again, that's of value. It's not just, a pie is great. People are going to love the pie. But again, we want them to use something to log in, to get that information, to make sure that you are always top of mind with all of those clients. Danielle, is there anything that needed to be addressed in the chat?
Yeah, thank you for asking. Sheila, Agent Sheila, also had an additional question. hey, just to clarify, can agents add in their own vendors or service providers into their HomeHub online platform? Yes, of course you can do that. Now we have tips and tricks sheets on how to do that and little video tips as well on schmidtresources.com in the HomeHub Square. Your ASCs can also help you with that too as well. Some success stories I've heard are together collectively. An office manager, maybe at your weekly sales meetings, you talk together and decide who are the vendors that you all use, at an office level, and then the ASC can add your office level vendors into for everyone to share. Again, that example, HomeHub, or for HomeHub, home inspectors is a great example, right? A home inspector everyone loves to use. So you have some office vendors at the office level for all agents to use, and then each agent individually may have their own personal vendors, service providers that they love to use, and they don't want to share those with other people. Again, like a interior designer, a specific plumber, whomever that might be, painter, then you can add those also into your individual agent HomeHub account. And again, your ASC can help show you how to do that as well. And we have sheets and video tips in the HomeHub Square and Schmidt resources for both of those things.
Awesome. I love the engagement. I love the questions. Thanks,
Mm-hmm.
everyone.
I do too.
All right. So the next thing I'm going to say, so remember, I said, if you just do the QR code and put it on everything, that's a great start, but I'm always going to give you more than what you need, right? Social media. I love the idea of using social media to get people to look at your home management HomeHub dashboard. So I have a couple examples for you. We do have some cute little actual posts that you can do, but I'm going to give you an example from an agent that's not really in your market area, so don't worry about it, but it was a great idea. It was called Said No One Ever campaign. And they did these cute little posts that said, oh, I love being on hold with the cable company. Said no one ever. Use your HomeHub concierge. Or I trust anyone to do my home electrical work. Said no one ever. Use your HomeHub concierge. Or just a cute little kind of play into said no one ever. So some of those I think would be kind of fun with some cool little images. But I will say another great idea. And last time I think we put it in the chat, but there's two different blogs that I love to use. The lighter side of real estate and real estate memes. So make sure you get one that's not copyrighted, but people, social media is a different venue for stuff. You don't have to be so serious all the time. Be playful, have fun, make jokes. Perfect example. I actually found this from the lighter side of real estate. It's just an example. Should I call a plumber an electrician? First off, people love images. No one likes to read anymore. So let's get something that makes them stop and look. And they're like, oh, wow, that looks like a serious problem, right? So then, of course, that caption, you call me. I've got a great recommendation for both under my HomeHub concierge. Click in the link, get access to this free dashboard. I also have to shout out this group as well, because I think the first time I showed this, an agent said, or you could just be like, you should probably call me because I'm a realtor and sell that house. That's a bigger problem, right? So what another great idea too. So there's a lot of fun, different ideas. I would say try to time block, do one little social media post a week that really promotes that HomeHub feature. The other thing I have up here, you're always welcome to take anything that I've written for yourself if you struggle finding your own examples, but excited to share my complimentary home management dashboard. Yes, totally free. And then it just says everything that's in there. This is what you could use. That's your one little sentence to share with anyone. Put it on your social media, put it in your email signature. Danielle, I do have some talking points as well that I think are new. I don't think I've sent them to you yet. I'll send them after this call as well. And you can share that with the agents and put it on the learning system.
Yeah.
All right. So I did want to show a few things about the platform. So I've hopefully given you a lot of great ideas. And now you're like, I just really want to see what this looks like. And for the sake of time, I'm just going to do some screenshots. I always recommend agents set themselves up as a client. You all, live in a home, whether you own or you rent. It's great for both renters and homeowners. It's just a nice way to keep track of everything. Set yourself up on the site. But one example here, you see home valuation. So it provides my mortgage balance, my interest rate. I will never move, not just because we've had to redo everything, but because I bought in 2020. I know realtors are like, oh gosh, we need someone to leave their house, right? So has all my information. If I need to, you know, refinance or ask any questions, there's Coast One Mortgage. You scroll down, you see a savings calculator. This is so cool. I think clients would love to see this. So you can actually click on how much more money you want to pay extra towards principal a month. It's a dynamic calculator. Hit calculate. It's going to tell me how much money I'm going to save, when I'll pay it off, and then I can reach out to Coast One Mortgage again. The last thing you can see here, well, not the last thing, but on this slide, you have, so if I sell my home for $343,000, what would I net typically? Here's my down payment. Again, I have a full dynamic calculator. What's really cool about this is I can actually put in every home expense down to my internet and cable and get a pretty great idea about what my monthly payment is. By no means are we thinking that this is going to replace a mortgage officer, loan officer, or an agent. This is just the T's, right? With the client's, or excuse me, with the agent's name at the top and the mortgage company there in the middle. So we're not saying this is instead of an agent. This is just the first part of that conversation. You'll also be notified when they click on anything within this site. So if you want to look and reach out to them, you can certainly do that and say, oh, are you looking to buy a new home? What's going on? Why don't we talk about it, right? The other thing about talking points, if you're interested, so it provides a home equity component as well. Again, these are all more of teasers, but it breaks it down. So if I need to get out a HELOC to then, you know, redo my kitchen or something, it provides an idea about what your home equity loan could be. And then if I want to actually do some work to my home, I can click view more details, talk to, you know, about financing, get Home Pro recommendations, and provides all of this information too. When you click on the Home Pros, you're going to see all these different options as well. We are actually, if you come to the next HomeHub session, I will share with you, because we keep getting a lot of different category additions, especially from Schmidt. You guys have a great, I think we've added like wineries. Even this morning, we just added rehab facilities and home care, I believe.
Yes.
So we're actually making this, we're changing how we're going to view this. So it's easier for the client to see all of them alphabetized, all of those different categories for the client. The last thing I will share on this dashboard is if they click down from the more, there's going to be an option that says your next move. Your client can click this. It's going to say, what do you want to do with your current home? Where are you moving? And how can I help you with that? What's really great about this is that your client can click, yes, I'd like to move. The agent is then notified. No matter where in the world they are moving, you can still try to get that referral, right? You can reach out to your client and say, oh, I saw that you're moving to New Mexico. You know, unfortunately, I'm not licensed there, but I have a great recommendation of an agent who I can get you in touch with. And what a great way to, again, stay top of mind and provide that referral service. Our concierge team will do any help with anyone in the entire United States. So we do have access to a database of all the different utilities and moving companies, no matter where they are in the country. Danielle, 6 minutes early, I finished. Whoever would have thought.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Are there any questions for myself or Danielle about anything from the class today? All right. Well, I'm going to show you all.
1 second, Kate. Yep, I do see Sheila's message. Sheila, know that I know they're working on getting an ASC in your office too as well. So the next step would be for your office manager, work with her and just let her know you'd like to use take advantage of everything HomeHub has to offer, and the RSC too as well for Northern Michigan region. Great question.
I am going to log in as Sheila very briefly. So I wanted to just share something up here. So whether Sheila's ever logged in or not, we're automatically pulling that information for her. So it's already set up, but I had said something about your unique agent URL. All right. So up here, you'll notice that part of this, this URL is a little bit darker and then some's grayed out. Hopefully you guys can tell in my screen share, but right now you see Sheila-Welsh.moveeasy.com. That is her unique URL. That is what she can share on social media. That is what she can put in her signature. That's what we can make a QR code over, a sticker. That is a great, I would just have that saved somewhere. That is how she can do part of that lead capture and lead generation. The last thing I will share, since I will never not take all the minutes that I am allotted, I wanted to show you all where you can actually modify and edit your email so it's a bit more personalized. I think this is kind of taking it to that next step. So under, and Sheila, don't worry, I won't do anything to yours. I just want to show you on your site. So under this account button, you're going to see email content, and you'll see email for sphere of influence. If I click on that, it's going to show a lovely pre-made, pre-written, automated email. It's lovely. We have a lovely team that has written it, but it's not you, right? You want it to sound like you. So I always tell people, come in here and edit this. Make it sound like it's something that you're, that you would say, that you would share. If you are like, Kate, you're giving me way too many assignments, I'm over it, I don't want to do anything. If you do one thing on this site, just change the email subject. So I like to tell people, think about all the different emails that you get where someone's trying to get your information, lead capture, share something. When you open those emails, what does that email subject read? How does it happen? I actually shared on the last call. I was such a sucker for this right around 4th of July. I got an email. I bought furniture, I don't even know, like Wayfair a lot in 2020. I haven't clicked in a while. And I got an email from them that said action required. Click into your account. And I was like, oh gosh, what do I need to do? Sure enough, I clicked it open and it was like 5% off, which is nothing for furniture. But of course I was like, darn it, they got me, right? So think about some of those subjects. Action required, my free gift to you, access your HomeHub free service, or just say, would love your feedback, would love you to look into this. Ask them to do something as a favor to you to get them to log in. So that's the last thing I'll share, where your URL is. And then of course, getting this to be modified to sound a little bit more like it's your voice.
Kate, thank you so much for sharing that too. I also want to point out that agents, when they tailor their emails, they can also add an email signature, any links to, their social media accounts, and really personalize that. If you would like to, you can sandwich those things right in there. You could also tailor fit it for each and every client, dear Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Remember, we talked about this, here's your invitation to your personalized HomeHub dashboard, so those kinds of things, you can definitely personalize it as much as you would like to.
Danielle, would you like me to share the story that I'm sure everyone else has heard?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I would love that.
Okay.
Favorite story ever. Yes. Thank you.
So, I know Heidi and Michelle have heard this, but I try to tell it with such excitement that it's different every time. So right now you'll see on the screen, these are actual testimonials from Schmidt clients, but there's one specific client story that happened before I joined Live Easy. So basically, I came here and I said, I need a great testimonial to share because agents aren't going to want to use this unless they know that their clients love it. So I got a huge packet of testimonials, and it was like, read this. These are our 100-star type of testimonials. I get this packet and I'm on page 2, and there's this lovely story about an elderly lady who's looking to downsize. So you guys can see my excitement. Now you can look at my face really big on your screen, right? So she's looking to downsize. And I don't know the word for it. I say this every time, but they're like these porcelain tchotchkes. She's got like all these collectibles of things that she wants to take with her, and she wants them insured. I'm not exactly sure what they were, but I don't know if this sounds like your grandma, kind of sounds like my grandma. She's got all these little porcelain tchotchkes that mean a lot to her, and she's got to take them with them. So she gets a quote from our people, and it's just too expensive. She can't afford it. So she comes back to Mike Papa Leonardos is his name. And she's like, I can't do that. I can't afford this. I need something cheaper. So he comes back, they go back and forth. They can't find something that makes it easy for her to move. So then finally Papa's like, okay, let's see what we can do. And he basically says, everyone on the research team, everyone on the concierge team, help find the best quote to get this lady and all of her tchotchkes moved, right? So they end up finding a government subsidized program to help the elderly move. And they get this lovely lady moved with all of her porcelain tchotchkes entirely for free. I mean, like nothing out of pocket. I laugh. I don't know if this service is still a thing or how the application works, or if we just used it too much. But this was before I joined last year, so I don't know where it is now. But it just really shows the personalized service. It's not like this call center. When someone asks for our help, we basically say, yeah, we're gonna do it, all hands on deck. And we got her moved entirely for free. Of course, this was amazing on behalf of the agent. The service and the testimonial that was given on behalf of the agent was great. And I know I'm over. I like to keep this to 45 minutes, but I did get a new story and it's great. So we got another story. I just thought of it. A guy needed a pool table moved. And I don't know if this is a thing, but apparently that's very expensive and a big pain in the butt to get moved, right? So he sends in a request to customer service. I need I've searched everywhere. This is the best quote I can get. I challenge you guys to find something, kind of being a little smart butt. He goes, I challenge you to find something a little bit less than this. If you can, then I'll use you, whatever, right? So Papa is like, all right, I got to find, something cheaper. Calls all these different companies, can't get anything cheaper. He calls this one company, he goes, listen, I got to tell you about this guy. He's giving us a hard time. He doesn't think we can help him out. And he says that he will use our services if we can get his quote to move this pool table cheaper than whatever, $800. I don't even know what it was. But the guy goes, okay, kind of plays around with us a little bit. He goes, we'll do it for $799. And so, of course, Papa calls the guy and he goes, it was $1. It's $1 difference. But the best part about it is the rapport that was established between the client, between the concierge team. He thought it was so funny when he heard that we called all these different companies. We got it $1 cheaper. And of course, he was like, see, I told you we would. And actually, they sent him a $25 gift card just for fun, for playing around with us and kind of letting that relationship get established. I just love sharing the personal rapport that gets, it's $1. I know that's not much, but how fun is it that it was like, we're going to do this for the client on behalf of the agent, and how memorable that can be.
I love that story. Thank you, Kate. And then the new one too. I hadn't heard that at all. So thank you so much. That was great for sharing. Well, wonderful. So I did get one other question too. So if you haven't been in your HomeHub account yet and you want to check it out and get started using it, see all the wonderful things it has to offer, just reach out to your ASC or me. Just, hey, let me know. And I'm happy to send that welcome email with your login credentials, get started, go and tour the platform. And then I've got in our HomeHub Square 5 steps to success using HomeHub, which just goes through, hey, just tour that, is my email or my phone number, the correct, check out these things, and just kind of a quick walkthrough to get started. So, hey, just let me know. I've got a couple agents that have already reached out today during the training session. Hey, I'd love my login password. I haven't been in there yet. I want to go check this out. This sounds wonderful. So I'll follow through with those agents that reached out to me during the training session. And then anybody else, please reach out to me. I'm always happy to help. Well, thank you everybody for attending today's session. Thank you, Kate. Again, you do a wonderful job with presenting and explaining everything, and showing too as well with the great graphics is hugely helpful. Everyone, we had a great summer series for HomeHub, and we'll be moving on in the fall with some different topics per month too, with different parts of HomeHub, because it not only, talks about the moving part, but there's also, and this is why the brand name was changed from Move Easy to Live Easy, is it does more than moving. It does all the things that everybody needs with living, being a homeowner and all those things to manage, and questions you'd Google. It does all that for you and your clients and your sphere of influence. So thank you again, everybody. Really appreciate your attendance, and look out for our next September and through the fall, our HomeHub sessions as well. So thanks, Kate, again. Appreciate it.
Thanks, everyone.
Yep. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.